Do you have eye bags or dark circles under your eyes? Well, tear trough filler can really help with that. And the reason why we get dark circles is because the skin is very thin and you can see your blood underneath your skin, and that's what makes it dark. So when you make a thicker area between the top of your skin and those blood vessels, such as with filler, it will actually help decrease those dark circles. So I'm going to show you how simple a filler procedure is for tear troughs. People are always nervous about it. They're afraid they're going to go blind or have big lumps. But first of all, the retinal nerve is in the back of the eye, so I can't get there from going underneath the skin. And second of all, I'm going to do a very safe procedure, this procedure very safely, because we're going to use what's called a cannula. So it is a blunt tip, so I actually can't even get into any of the vessels, because if the cannula goes right by a vessel, it's going to push the vessel aside as opposed to going through it, because it's blunt and it can't actually puncture the vessel. So I've already given our patient, put some lidocaine on the side here, and I'm going to just make a little, can you feel that?
No.
Okay, so I'm just going to make a little port of entry for my cannula. Remember I said it was a blunt tip, so I can't even get through the skin without making a little port. And so here's my cannula. It's blunt at the end, so you can see there's no needle point at the end of that. And we're going to put it right into that little spot. And we're going to just thread it underneath. Okay, here it goes. I know it's going to feel strange. Here we go. Oh, good, perfect, okay. And now we're going to, you can kind of see it up at the top. And we've got some filler happening right there. So,
yeah, I don't feel it.
Perfect. That's exactly what I like to hear. And we're going to just come back and go. And I just like to do just really fine little threads of it, and then we can look at it. And obviously you can see it happen right away. You can see where she had a dip. Now it's fuller, but we're going to continue to go along her tear trough here. And the nice thing about this cannula port is that I don't have to poke her 30 times if I want to go back in. I just go find my little channel and I get under there again. Very sorry.
I don't feel it.
There we go. And we're gonna, you can kind of see my little cannula right there. You can't see it, I let you see it. I always like to go lateral too, because that really helps to lift. When you lift lateral, it helps to lift those eyes too. Oh, I'm just gonna, I came out, let's go back in. Again. Oh, sometimes it likes to be easy and sometimes it likes to be a little bit more difficult to get through. Here we go. You okay?
Yep.
Okay. And so let's just go up in here. Sorry. Here we go. You can just see just a little. And tear trough filler can last you for a year or even more, because we really don't use, although we smile, we really don't move that area very much. So it tends to last longer. Plus, if you add a little crow's feet, Botox in the crow's feet, looks even better. I always advocate too for cheek filler when we think about tear trough filler, because if you just lift the cheeks, those tear troughs come right up. But you can see what a difference that's already made for her. You know, it's difficult because I keep wiping her, but yeah, you can see how now when she smiles, she doesn't have that dip. And you can see the other side with she started like this, and now we've got this. So we're going to go over to the other side and do that. I'm going to have you hold that right there. Okay, so we're going to make our port of entry here. Can you feel that?
No.
Beautiful. And really, there's a really little risk of bruising with this, maybe at the port here, but again, because it's a blunt tip, there's a really little risk of bruising. Okay, I'm traveling up now. Okay, here we go. There we go. Sorry, no, it's kind of weird. And there we go here. And there. You doing okay?
Yep.
And there is some lidocaine in this, so you're gonna feel a little numb for about an hour.
Okay.
The nice thing about fillers is they always have some lidocaine in them. Yeah, beautiful. And you can see just how pretty. I mean, it's pretty. It's quick and looks great right away. She could have some swelling tomorrow, but that will resolve. And I always tell people with this kind of filler, it's like water on a dry sponge. So you need to let the filler really integrate into the skin. So it might look like it's a little bit bumpy for a second, but it's because it's sitting on top of the skin. And then over the next day or so, it's going to integrate in and it's going to smooth out. So don't push on it. Because if you push on water on a dry sponge, you push that water right off the sponge. And I don't want you to push your filler away from where we just injected. Okay, hold on, sorry. There we go. And there's a little tract in there that just is a natural tract that the cannula goes through. So it shouldn't hurt. There we go. You can see where I am. Right over lateral now. Okay, here comes some. Yeah. And again, this is going to help her circles and darkness, as well as help camouflage those little eye areas. So hopefully she won't need to wear any concealer under there or anything like that for a year or so. And she may need more. I don't know, we're just doing one syringe. I always like to start with one syringe and then have people come back, because it's better to underdo and keep adding than to have to reverse it. So yeah, really pretty. And you can see just how quick we are, and then we'll smooth that out with, but that looks great. You look great.
Yay.
I don't mean to sound surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, but beautiful. So really there's no aftercare other than, I'll tell you not to push on it. Okay. And then she'll come back and see me in about a week or so.